Let me ask you this. We do a lot of daily tips on our podcast at Riderflex for candidates interviewing for jobs. What are 2 or 3 tips you would give to the general listener on interviewing at Avery? I don't want you to give all the secrets away, but when they come in to interview, can you talk a little bit about what you're looking for, 2 or 3 things that you're really watching for?
Yeah. I think one word that we unanimously use is no-brainer. When I get up from a conversation, I want to be excited. I want to be like, we have to have this person.
I got you.
So we call them no-brainers, and we try and get as many. Typically we are hiring into what we would call an entry position, so our host food runner team.
Okay.
And sometimes they come with a lot of experience, sometimes they don't. But I think ultimately, what is a driving force in our decision is their attitude, how excited they are, what kind of energy they bring to the interview, how bad do they want to work here, or are they just looking for a job?
Bingo, right there.
And if I get up, typically for me, the longer I speak, the longer we're talking, the more excited I am, they are. And so I actually have an interview today at 2:00. So I haven't had one in quite a while. It's been a while since we've hired somebody, but so that'll be fun.
Yeah, I like what you said about the no-brainer, meaning, if you and you may be a manager or whoever else is on the hiring team right there that's interviewing somebody, if you all get up and go, well, yeah, he's okay. Let me think about it. It's like, no.
No flags. Like we can't, and
yeah,
it's the thing. If we have three managers all say no brainer, no brainer, no brainer.
There you go.
The person in, if we look for the person that we would create a position for, and they typically, they're the ones that hang on, they're the ones that will commit to working through that, the entry, get in there, learn, want to grow. So yeah, it's the no-brainers.
You touched on it too, and I want to highlight this for the candidates, for anybody that's in, maybe you're looking for a job change or something, or career change, or you're in the market for a job. You have got to convince me why, as a recruiting firm, you got to convince me why you want to work for our client, whatever client we happen to be filling the role for. If you haven't done any homework on the client and you don't know anything about the company, you don't know anybody that works there, and you can't passionately tell me why specifically you want to work for them, and you're not passionate about it, and I can't feel your energy on it, and I can tell you haven't done any homework, and I'm starting to just get a sense that it's just another job. You're not getting it. Ray, I am so blown away by how many candidates just do not prepare for an interview and don't study the company or come with good questions or come with energy. I really am blown away by that. And that's what we do for a living, right? So we interview people all day long.
Right.
And so often I'm like, okay, so what do you know about the company, Johnny? And they're like, well, and then you can see them kind of, because we're doing Zoom, right? So you can see that they're trying to look up the company real quick on the website and to answer my question. I'm like, okay, this interview's over. You gotta be passionate about why you want to work for a specific company in a specific industry. I think that's so important. Is there anything else that you look for in their style or their personality? Is there something that you're like, okay, that fits our culture? Is there anything else you're looking for generally?
I wouldn't say there's anything like a specific. I think a lot of it is just driven off of feel.
Okay.
Imagine this person being on the floor. If I can't imagine the person being on the floor, engaging with our staff, engaging with our guests, then it's probably not a good fit.
There you go. Do you have a couple of favorite questions you asked during the interview, or do you just kind of, you want the conversation to flow naturally and you just kind of shoot from the hip, or are you one of those guys that's got the list, or what do you?
I would say probably my signature question, and I'm also told that I am a very scary interviewer. So I'm intense, and but I guess I don't know. But my signature question, and I've been asking this one for a long time, is like, all right, this is the scenario. You're on a plane. You're flying somewhere over the ocean. Tragically, the plane crashes, but you are a survivor. When you come to, you realize you land on a beach, and when you get on this beach, you discovered a lifetime supply of one beer. What is that beer? Or what would you want that beer to be? And then that opens up as like, oh, I don't know, maybe like a lager. I'm like, no, what is the one specific? And I drill them. I don't give up until they call out one beer.
Are you looking for product knowledge there, or are you just trying to assess their judgment and reaction to the question, or all the above?
I think it's all the above, and just like, is beer exciting for them? Like, there's people that are like, oh my God, this is so, I think I would do this, but maybe I'm like, God, give me one beer. What is it? And then when they finally give me the beer, then I'm like, all right, cool. I'm sitting at your bar. What would you recommend me? And then I ask them to describe the beer. I'm like, all right, talk about the beer. Why do you love it so much? Why would one beer?
Oh, good.
I'm like, all right, cool. Well, now I'm sitting at your bar or your table. Why would you recommend this beer, and what would you recommend I eat?
Oh, that's a great follow-up question.
And that's usually a good, it's like that, like the more energy they have in that question and answering, and excited they are, I think it just speaks to, their comfort level and how they engage, their comfort in talking about beer. Like, are they shy because they think that whatever they're going to recommend is wrong? I think that's usually, but that is one of like
really good stuff. That's really good stuff. The Riderflex podcast features entrepreneurs, business executives, and the stories behind how they got there, as well as daily tips on career advice and job interviews. Our show can be heard just about anywhere these days, but you can visit riderflex.com and click on the podcast page to hear all the previous episodes and learn more about the recruiting and consulting services we provide. Contact us at the email address info@riderflex.com or 888-964-5876. Thanks so much for listening, and if you enjoy our show, please be sure to subscribe to our channel and like the episodes.